Welcome to the Pete Street Podcast. It's your boy Pistol Pete.
Mr. Loa.
Smokey Lonjas.
Happy Mother's
Day,
Day.
guys.
Happy Mother's
You
Day.
ladies, Yes. Heck yeah.
From Pete Street.
Pete Street.
That's right.
Good stuff, man. So
Yeah.
we got quite a bit of shout outs on there.
Yeah.
Let's let them have their time right now.
Your time, man. Thank you. Before we start, man,
Yeah.
I want to say thank you to everybody that participated. Thank you guys so much, man.
For real.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll start off first. So I'm going to start off with Caitlin, to my mom, Angela Newman. Thank you for watching us, and thank you for the shout out. Also, Coach Flores, he also participated on this. He said, to my wife, Lena, and my mom, Norma Flores, Happy Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Yes.
And also from Ricky Plummer.
Hey,
Woo,
Plummer.
Ricky Plummer. He said the same thing. To my mom, Elsa Chavez, and my grandma, Bertha Arona, Happy Mother's Day.
I thought it said happy birthday. No, you're wrong day.
Yeah, better.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Coach William Jr., he said, to my wife, Carla, and my mother, Laverne. Happy Mother's Day.
Let's go.
And El Primo Lando, to his wife, Casey Mendoza, and his mom, Francisca Urias.
Yes. Okay. Carrying on. It's my Aunt Rosie. She wants to say happy Mother's Day to her mother, Gloria Juarez, my grandma. My primo David Joe, to the Queen, Josefina Gonzalez. Margie Munoz wants to shout out to her mom, Gloria Juarez, her grandma, Josefina Gonzalez, her sisters, Mary Guerrero, B. Molinar, Rosie Gonzalez, and Maribel Juarez.
Sorry, man. I got Isaac, man. He wants to say that to his mother, Sylvia Lopez, and his wife, Patricia Lopez. I also got Jason Gonzalez. He wants to wish his wife, Edna Gonzalez, Happy Mother's Day, and his mother, Mary Carolina Gonzalez. And then Stephanie wants to wish her mom, Cristina Arenivas, Happy Mother's Day as well. And we have Selena. She says to her mother, Lupe Jimenez. And then Mary, to her sisters, Margie Munoz, B. Molinar, right? And then Rosie Juarez Gonzalez and Maribel Juarez, and also her sister in heaven, Celia Juarez Bueno.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, this is Jaden Juarez, and I would like to say Happy Mother's Day to my mom. Her name is Belinda Ornelas Juarez, and I just want to say I love you, Mom, and Happy Mother's Day.
Yes,
All right,
happy
guys.
Mother's Day
Thank
to
you,
all of
everybody,
you.
for
Yes.
participating.
Thank
man.
you.
Yes.
Happy
Yes.
Mother's Day to everybody. Also, what do you want to do, guys?
Well, I would like to hear some of your stories. I know y'all were talking earlier about your mom and memories you got.
Well, you got anybody personally you want to wish? Let me start it. Also, you guys,
Yeah.
I want to send a Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day to my tia Marina, my grandmother, of course, la patrona, everybody, and my tia Nena, my tia Carmen, my baby mama Alexis, my daughter Amaris. Who else? Hopefully I don't forget my cousin Yadira, my cousin Stephanie, my tia Gloria. I think it's my tia Carmen. I'm not sure, but tia Carmen, La Güera. Who else? I got a lot of people, but toda mi familia, todos los primos de Mexico. Feliz Día de las Madres. I know you guys are on the 10th, but over here it's tomorrow. So
Yeah.
Feliz Día de las Madres a todos.
Yeah. I want to say happy Mother's Day to my wife, Roxanne Mendoza, back at home in New Braunfels. To my grandma who's in heaven. Both of my grandma, actually.
My
abuela Chonita and my grandma Tomasa. And then to all my tias, I can go down the list. Is Tia Melba, Marta, my tia Maria, my tia Lupe.
It's hard, man.
I mean, good for me. My mom wrote down all the names.
I have another tia Marta as well in Juarez, and to all my primas, and if I forgot all my tias as well, just Happy Mother's Day, because it's a long list. Okay, I have a large family, and that goes both ways. Allá en Juárez también igual, si miren el show, todos mis prima y mis tías allá en México. So happy Mother's Day, que fue el 10 de mayo, and pues tomorrow is here in Pecos. So
Good stuff.
yeah.
Good stuff,
Yeah.
man.
I have a long list too,
Go ahead, bro.
but most of them already read it off. So I'm gonna read the list again, right? Just like my mom said.
Oh,
Right. So my great grandma Josefina, right? Happy Mother's Day to her. My grandma Gloria, my mom Margie, all of my tias, right? So I have Mary, B, Rosie, Maribel. I have a lot more, man. That's crazy when you start thinking about it. That's just
Yeah.
one side of the family. You got
Yeah.
another side of the family
yeah,
too, right?
It's a lot, man.
It's a lot of people. My sisters,
That's
my
what
beautiful
it is.
wife, right? So my sisters Monica and Tiffany, my wife Belinda, her mom, right? Her sister-in-laws, like.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy,
Hey,
right?
it's
It's a
big.
big old
We have
list.
to
I
see,
forgot.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of
a lot of
beautiful
names.
mothers out there, right?
Yeah,
So I
man,
mean, just
definitely.
happy Mother's Day to all of them.
To all of them, man.
Yeah.
And before I
My wife side of the family, happy Mother's Day
yeah,
too.
me, man, I want to wish to the two wonderful people in my life. First, my mother in heaven, Hilda Stoner, and then my mother-in-law, Elma Vasquez, man. Happy Mother's Day to you guys in heaven, man.
Yeah.
This episode of Peachtree Podcast is brought to you by Hops Drive Thru, where you can hop on in and quench your West Texas thirst. Well, so other than that, guys, you want to talk about a little background, man. So this is Mother's Day. You also want to say to all the single mothers out there, you guys have it a little bit harder than some other ones, but extra special Mother's Day for you guys because you guys do the job of two sometimes, So
Yeah.
happy Mother's Day to you guys too.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll start off first. I almost didn't come to the show because of Mother's Day. I lost my mom a year and a half ago.
Right.
And trust me, it was painful. To this point, it's still painful.
Oh, yeah.
So we always grew up in the lower valley in El Paso. It's like I guess you can say the housing place.
Okay.
They call them projects.
Yeah.
So, and it was, my mom always showed us love by her actions. We didn't cheat. We are like, our family never like really have money to give us gift. The majority of the gift came from my family, like from my tias, from my primas. They would gather close here and they would take it to us. And it was, how can I say, as remembering growing up, my mom never gave up on my dad because my dad he had a habit of drinking a lot. So my mom went through a lot. We moved to Pecos, I believe my 8th grade year, and she started working at Anchors.
Yeah, Anchor, man.
So Anchors was the good job actually
Yeah,
here
yeah,
in Pecos.
yeah.
So
They provided a lot of jobs for everybody.
So my mom worked all the way until she couldn't no more, until she got diagnosed diabetes, and little by little was taking her diabetes was
For health.
dealing with her health, and COVID hit
Made it worse.
and made it worse. Yes, so never got better from there, just keep getting down. But this is something that I wanted to say to everybody. Even my mom didn't like get like a physical really a gift or cake or presents like when Christmas came. The best gift that she ever gave us, that me and my little brother will never forget, was that she introduced us to Jesus Christ.
Cool, man.
That was the best gift ever that we received from my mom.
That is the greatest gift ever.
So before she was leaving us, she never let me find out that she was ready to leave. She will tell everybody else except for me, because she knew that if I would have found out, it would have broke me, and she knew that I wouldn't let her go.
Right.
So when my mom left, when God came for her, it was the most heartbreaking.
Right.
Because while her heart was beating, the first thing I remember seeing the doctor said, "Can she still hear us?" Because her heart beat, as if we're seeing in the monitor, it was going down and down. And I said, "Please forgive me for everything what I did for her, like what I did to her throughout my day that I was born to the day she left us." I just want to tell everybody out there, my mom was a great prayer warrior. She never stopped praying. She would always keep praying and praying, and I just want to tell everyone out there who's watching this that that if you lost your loved one or somebody, that they're watching from us from up at heaven. And don't worry, I think I already know Jesus probably throwing a better party than we are doing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So that was about my mom. She never, the best gift ever, that we received from her was Jesus Christ that she introduced us to.
Amen.
Amen, brother. That's right. That's the greatest gift ever anybody can give you. Man, you want to go, Peter? You want me to go, man?
Yeah, I mean, what can you say, right? I mean, mothers are mothers. You know,
Right.
everybody goes through different challenges in their life, right?
Right.
Some more unique than others. We grew up in the projects here in Pecos. My mom, did a lot of stuff by herself. She had four of us. Great, strong woman, right? You wouldn't know that we were struggling if you looked at her, right? She kept her head up all the time, had the pride that she needed, and took care of what she needed to. So my mom is the greatest, right?
That's
My
right.
mom is the greatest. So it's pretty much all I can say about that, man. She did everything she didn't complain, and still showed us all the love that she had. I mean, mothers are a special gift.
That's right.
Can
Yeah.
you like, when you're saying this stuff, right? It's so crazy that we don't realize it until we get older
Right.
that mothers are so
Valuable.
brave
Mhm.
and they're valuable on this,
Yeah.
what they do for us, and it's just
We don't-
crazy
don't
that we
see it as
don't
kids.
see it as kids, huh?
Yeah.
Because they were good at hiding it,
Yeah.
I guess you
Yeah,
can
no,
say
right, they're
it.
That's what it was.
So
It's crazy.
but when we grow up, we started going on our flashback videos like in our head, and
Yeah.
we're like,
How did my mom do it?
Yeah, how?
damn.
How? Yep.
Yeah, man. I'm the same way like you guys, man. I lost my mother at a very young age, man. In high school. I started to realize how valuable she was. Since I left high school, man. That's when I felt like I needed her the most. Because growing up, man, like like I said, when we're little, we don't really think about stuff like that. It's till you're older and you're like needing some advice. Do you realize that how valuable a person really is? When they have influence in your life. And yeah, man, my mother, like I said, she did a lot for me and my sister, man. She sacrificed a lot. And I mean, there's no words that I can say to like show her or tell her how much I appreciate what she did. Her sacrifice was great. And I try to like, remind my kids and tell my kids what kind of a great mother she was, what kind of a great person she was. She impacted a lot of people, man, in town. And I remember when her funeral came, there was a lot of people that showed up, and I was kind of like amazed that in such an amount of time, how many people, she touched as friends. You know what I mean? I just couldn't believe it. I thought the funeral was gonna be empty, and nobody gonna be there, man. That was wrong. You know what I mean? And so I'm kind of like grateful that I had a mother like her in my life, even though I didn't have her for a long time. I didn't get to enjoy her like most people, but at the end of the day, I mean, whatever little time I did have with her, now that I'm older and I think back, I'm like, wow, man, I was a lucky person. So like I know, and she was a single mother for a while, till she met my stepdad. But yeah, man, like you're right. I never remember anything bad when she was by herself. Like it was always happiness. She always tried to find a way to make us happy, even though we didn't have much. But yeah, man, like I said, women are very valuable. When it comes to like mothers, to families, and like I said, man, to you single mothers out there, Keep your head up, even if things are down, man. I think the one that covered it the best in the song he did was Tupac. You know, when he did Dear Mama, man, he talks about the struggles his mama went through and like trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
Mhm.
You know, you start thinking about that and you're like, man, that makes it hits close to home because sometimes we didn't have money, you know, and it is hard. So the women, man, keep your heads up. You know, look forward, man, to life. You guys are like giving life to everybody.
Mhm.
You know, without you girls, we wouldn't be here. Men
Yep.
wouldn't be in here. So
Mhm.
all the love in the world to you girls out there, man. All the mothers out there.
For sure.
And also, if you're watching this and your mom still alive, enjoy her.
Yes, cherish
Just
it.
share this with her.
Definitely.
Don't disrespect her,
Uh-huh.
especially these
The young
sometimes
youth.
young youth, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't
Young cats.
disrespect your mom because one day when God remembers, it's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, man. Right
So
now, like
have fun,
Definitely.
enjoy your time with her.
yes.
Man, you can't say nothing to these kids these days. They know better. They're not
Yeah.
gonna know until they're our age. Looking back, like I
Yeah.
should have listened to that old.
but
dude.
to those to the wise kids out there that
yeah, man.
have your heads
Some
up,
knowledge, yeah.
knowledge, man. You guys know, treat the women right, man.
Yeah.
You know they're very special. And especially your mother, cherish. I always tell her you love her every day because you never know when it'll be the last time.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
that hit me hard when it happened to me, but because I couldn't remember if I did the last time I told her, you know. So just do that. Try to tell her every day you love her, give her a hug, tell her, you know, I appreciate everything she does for you. Because at the end of the day, man, when you're sick and you're down, they're the ones that kind of bring you back up with some wisdom.
Yeah.
And they have those words of wisdom that kind of like, wow, man. You know,
Yeah.
that's I think what I miss the most. Those words when I'm like, man,
Yeah.
I want to call her and be like, hey, what I do?
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding, right?
And she'll be like, mijo, do this. Okay, mom.
and talking about like memories like that, I remember my mom I would say, man, mom, I'm gonna go to court, and it was something because with my kids' custody, right? Oh, nomás pónselo a Dios, no te preocupes. No, yeah, pónselo a Dios. Okay. And then surely enough, like, mom, I won. And those other
Yeah.
times, like in prison. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, it's a funny story. In prison, I was in prison, and I called my mom. Because my mom didn't hear from me for a while. She didn't hear from me for a while because they put us in the shoe, right? And it was a riot. And I remember when she finally heard my voice, she's like, "Ay, mijo, está bien preocupado, mijo. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó?" And then I told her what happened. I said, like, well, mom, there was a riot, you know, and I wasn't involved, but it was like the Mexicans versus the blacks. And I said, I wasn't involved, but because we look alike, you know, they thought I was one of them
Yep.
in it, right?
Right.
Digo, ay, mijo, ¿por qué no le sacó la Biblia?
Yeah.
No, la Biblia no va a hacer nada aquí.
Yeah.
Pues usa la Biblia y léaselo. Le dije, no, hombre, ma, de aquí que se lo lee, ya me metió como 2-3 chingazos. Yeah, but that was my mom, man.
Oh
That's
man.
good.
Yeah,
That's
man.
good stuff.
Yeah, man. So what else, guys? I mean, well, I guess with that, guys, you want to end it with that? Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll end it with that, guys. Like I said, this was a short one. It was just a special one for Mother's Day out there, man. We want to tell everybody how much we appreciate you girls.
Yep.
You know, you mothers out there, man. You guys mean the world to us, men. Yeah, that's pretty much what we wanted to do. Just kind of like acknowledge you girls.
Yeah, happy Mother's
Mother's
Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, happy Mother's Day to Peter's mom. You raised a good son, and
Definitely.
look at
Thank
him.
you.
He's doing good.
Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love you, mom.
yeah, man. So with that, guys, Mr. Loa here.
Smokey Lonjas.
And your boy Pistol Pete.
Catch you on the next one, guys.
God bless.
Peace. God bless you.
This episode of the P Street Podcast was brought to you by Blitz Services LLC. Reach out to Ralph and Richard Lujan for all your electrical needs.